All right, yo, so welcome to my channel. I mean, obviously in this video, I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on Anthony Joshua and the Daniel Dubois fight. Now, this is going to be a very interesting fight, because you look at two big guys that can punch really, really hard. And, and obviously, it's going to be a very, very entertaining fight to watch. Do you know what I mean? I personally think that, in terms of how the fight's gonna go. I mean, it's just really hard for me to really say. I mean, I think Daniel Dubois will probably edge it because if you look at Daniel Dubois' recent opponents, he's beaten people like, Hergovich. He's also beaten, the likes of, Jarrell Miller as well. And I just think with AJ, he's beaten Otto Wallin recently, but but he obviously sparred with Otto Wallin lots of times. So so he kind of knew what he was coming up against, fighting him, and he also sparred Ngannou, and I just think the problem with a lot of these fights that AJ's having is I just think that Dubois has faced better opposition recently. Do you know what I mean? But I think it's going to be a very, very interesting fight to watch. I think that, I just think Dubois will just edge it. I think that Dubois has got a better engine. I think he's got a better chin. I think, he's got better stamina. But I think that, with both of these guys, with heavyweight boxing, you've got to remember that it only takes one punch to end the whole fight. You know what I mean? And, when you're, both of these guys are over 240 pounds, they're 6'4", 6'6". So, it all goes down to who just lands the big punch on the night. But I think that, I just think Dubois will just edge it probably in the late rounds. I think that AJ, will get frustrated. You know what I mean? And I think, but I would say AJ is a very good counter puncher. You know what I mean? So AJ knows how to kind of set up the distance for punches. But you see, the problem is I think that Daniel Dubois, I think his weakness is against taller fighters who know how to use a long jab. You know what I mean? Even when you look at that fight against Joe Joyce, when Joe Joyce was in his prime, because obviously Joe Joyce is not as good as he used to be anymore. But when Joe Joyce was in his prime, he battered Daniel Dubois. Gave him a black eye and everything like that because Joe Joyce had a really good jab back then, and Daniel Dubois had no answers for it. So, but obviously Daniel Dubois has improved a lot as a fighter. He was only about 22 when he fought that fight. So but I just think AJ, he doesn't have a jab like Joe Joyce. He can't fight on the outside and have a jab like Joyce. I just don't see it. So it's going to be a very interesting fight to see, but I think Daniel Dubois will probably edge it. And I would say though that I think Daniel Dubois actually beat Usyk in that fight. I think that body punch he landed was a perfect body punch. But obviously the referee, obviously, obviously because the fight was in Poland. So if the fight's in Poland, then obviously Usyk was always going to get the favorable decision. But it's going to be very interesting to see how this fight really does play out. It really is. You know what I mean? I think that it's going to be a cracking night of boxing, and but yeah, I think if AJ probably loses this fight, I can't really see him going that many places anymore in boxing. So yeah, other than that, peace out. But my thoughts: Daniel Dubois, say an 8th round probably KO. And other than that, if you guys have just recently discovered my channel, this is a gaming channel. Obviously I haven't really been uploading, too much recently because I've just been a bit busy doing stuff. But yeah, if you guys can obviously, leave a like, even subscribe, comment, then yeah, peace out.